When you think of a major American bank, few names are as iconic or as embedded in the country's history as Bank of America. Its logo, like its identity, has evolved over more than a century, and with each version, it has reflected not just design trends, but also deep cultural shifts and strategic moves in banking itself. Bank of America's origins trace all the way back to 1904, when Amedeo Giannini founded the Bank of Italy in San Francisco to serve working-class immigrants who were largely ignored by traditional banks. At that time, there was no logo as we know it, just basic signage and letterhead in a serif font. Branding wasn't a priority yet. In 1930, following a merger with the smaller Bank of America in Los Angeles, the combined institution adopted the Bank of America name. Again, the logo remained relatively conservative, using a formal serif wordmark that conveyed trust and stability during a turbulent economic time, the Great Depression. Banks needed to reassure people, not impress them with aesthetics. It wasn't until the late 20th century that the brand began evolving into something more recognizable. In the 1980s and 1990s, Bank of America leaned into clean corporate typography, often accompanied by minimal design flourishes like stripes or boxed elements. It was still functional and conservative, but gradually becoming more modern. Then came the 1998 merger with Nations Bank. This was a turning point not just for the business, but for the brand's identity. The logo was redesigned into something much more iconic, a bold serif wordmark in navy blue, accompanied by a new graphic symbol. That symbol, often referred to as the flag, was a simplified red, white, and blue mark with abstract waving lines. It resembled both the American flag and a farmer's field, combining national pride with grassroots imagery. The design was meant to reflect the bank's broad reach, its American identity, and its connection to everyday citizens. The logo stayed largely unchanged for more than a decade, with only subtle tweaks to typeface weight and spacing. It was clean, modern, and instantly recognizable. At a time when many banks were reeling from the 2008 financial crisis, Bank of America kept the same logo, perhaps to project stability and continuity during uncertain times. In 2018, Bank of America introduced a refined update. The font was changed to a custom sans serif typeface called Boe Gothic, which gave the logo a more digital and accessible feel. The colors were slightly refreshed, still red, white, and blue, but with more contrast and vibrancy. The flag icon was retained but sharpened. This redesign wasn't radical, but it was symbolic. It marked the bank's push toward mobile banking, tech modernization, and appealing to a younger, digital-native customer base. The bank wanted to be seen not just as a financial institution, but as a technology-forward service platform. Throughout its evolution, the Bank of America logo has been a balancing act between tradition and innovation. It's had to signal safety and reliability to longtime customers, while also adapting to modern expectations around digital access and brand transparency. One thing that stands out is the consistency of its red, white, and blue color palette. That patriotic scheme is not just about the name. It's about invoking trust, authority, and national pride. In an industry built on credibility, those visual cues matter deeply. Another key strength is the simplicity of the flag icon. Even though it's abstract, it's versatile enough to work in a mobile app icon, an ad campaign, or a large-scale billboard. And that's a huge win in today's branding landscape. So, is the Bank of America logo successful? In many ways, yes. It's recognizable without being flashy. It connects the brand to American values and to its customers. It scales well across platforms. And perhaps most importantly, it tells a story, not just of a bank, but of a country's economic and social journey. It's a rare example of a corporate logo that has managed to evolve without losing its core identity. And in the ever-changing world of finance, that's no small feat.